And I'm telling y'all, if I did not go to community college my first year, I would not have gotten into the business school at UT. There's no way. What's good, YouTube? Okay, so today's video is going to be a fun one. This is a very hot topic on my channel lately. I know that I've been talking a lot about student loans and things like that. A lot of you guys have been asking about community college, and in this video, I'm going to be going over why I think community college is such a good route and why I think a lot of you should consider it. I did go to community college myself, so I do feel like I have a little bit of experience on this, and I'm going to be sharing with you guys a little bit of my personal experience and why I think I've benefited from it so much. Let's just jump right into the video. I'm going to be explaining to you guys why I think community college is such a good choice, and then we'll go into some pros and cons. So the first thing I want to talk about is the fact that, obviously I think we all know that there's a lot of stigma around community college, and a lot of people do look down on it. And I think, if I'm completely honest, when I was in high school, I was probably honestly one of those people too. But now that I'm out of college, now that I'm here, paying off my student loan debt, now that everything is over, I am really 100% realizing that, at the end of the day, if I would have just put my pride aside and gone to community college for 2 years before I went to the University of Texas, I would have saved so much money, you guys, and it honestly would have been so worth it. It's just such a smart route, and I really believe that you do not need to spend 4 years at a university to get a good education. So before we even start this video, I want you to try your best to put your pride aside, put all your thoughts and opinions aside on what you think, the stigma that you might have around community college, and maybe start realizing, this could be a really smart route as long as you have the right mindset around it. So the first reason why I think you should really consider community college is because at the end of the day, community college is going to be a lot cheaper. If you have to take out student loans for college, then community college is going to significantly lower your student loan debt. You see my video that I recently posted on my channel all about which majors I think are worth the student loan debt, and you guys know that I'm a very big believer in the fact that some careers are just not worth getting buried in student loan debt. Some careers do not guarantee a high level of job security, and some careers also just don't have a high entry level salary. So at the end of the day, if you're going to bury yourself in student loan debt, you should at least try to decrease it as much as possible, especially if you know what you want to do is not going to yield as high of a return. So the first thing that I suggest you guys do is really think about what it is that you want to do, and then think about, is college right for you? So go watch my video. I list out literally every single career path that I can think of, and I rank it by whether or not I think it is worth it. And then if you decide that college is definitely right for you, then you really want to think about, is your major going to be worth thousands of dollars of student loan debt? And if it's not, if you're not going to be a doctor, if you're not going to be a lawyer, things like that, then maybe the best way to go about college is to decrease your student loan debt and go to community college first. At the end of the day, if you have to take out student loans, you have to do it, but taking out student loans for 2 years versus 4 years is definitely going to make a huge difference. So if you know that what you're interested in as a career is not going to pay you very highly once you get out of college, then community college is definitely going to be the smarter choice, point blank period. The second reason why I would say community college is a really good choice is because if you have a dream school or a dream major that you want to get into in a school, your chances of getting in are a lot higher after you go to community college. At the end of the day, if you apply into your dream school as a high school student, the application pool is just a lot more competitive. Colleges are getting thousands of high school applications every single year, and while tons of students are always applying to transfer into colleges, it's definitely a lot less than the amount of high school applications that they get. And usually colleges have a certain amount of transfer students that they have to let in each year. So that being said, your chances of getting into your dream school are going to be a lot higher if you apply as a transfer student than if you apply as a high school student. Also, on top of that, obviously, community college is pretty easy. And if you want to get into a certain major in your dream school, and that major is very competitive, then your chances of getting in are going to be a lot higher if you have a high GPA in community college versus a lower grade in high school. So for example, for me, you guys know I went to the University of Texas, I got into the business school, but my first year I did have to apply to get into the business school, and I'm telling y'all, if I did not go to community college my first year, I would not have gotten into the business school at UT. There's no way, because at the end of the day, the calculus classes, all the required classes that I would have had to take at the University of Texas to get into the business school are super hard. There's tons of people who take those classes and they end up failing them. So I honestly think the only reason why I got into the business school is because I took all of my prerequisite classes at community college, and I was able to get a 4.0. At the end of the day, community college is going to give you a higher chance to actually do what it is that you want to do. I've definitely seen a lot of people who have tried to get into a certain major at their, at their university and they can't get in, but they still go to their university. And it's like, that to me is such a backwards way of doing school. You should shape your college experience around what you want to do as a career. You should not go to a college just for the sake of having experience at that college. You shouldn't change your career route just so you can go to the university that you want to go to. It's just not worth it, and it's so backwards. Go to community college, spend 2 years trying to get a good GPA, and then choose what school you want to go to. Go into the career path that you want to get into, because you're going to have a higher chance of doing it if you go that route than if you go the 4-year university route. So one other reason I would say you should definitely go to community college is if you do not know what you want to do yet. A lot of you guys tell me you guys have no idea what you want to do and you just want to get into college and then figure it out from there. I definitely say just take your time, save your money, and go to community college for now. While you're in community college, you probably have a lot more time on your hands, so take that time to explore some options, do your research, and even start maybe working in the fields that you guys think you might be interested in. When you get to a university, I would definitely tell you guys, there starts to become more pressure for you to kind of go into the career path that you've kind of locked yourself into. But you don't ever have to be locked into a career path, and at the end of the day, if you go to a community college, there's a lot more freedom to move around, there's a lot more freedom to really think about what it is that you want to do. So I definitely suggest looking into that first. So the other really cool thing about going to community college, like I said before, is obviously jobs do not have to know that you went to community college. So if you really don't want people to know, you don't have to put it on your resume. I've seen tons of people just not put it there, and honestly, it's fine, because at the end of the day, once you transfer to your university and once you get your degree, that's all that really matters. No one cares about the fact that you went to community college 2 years ago. Another really good benefit about community college to think about is also that you guys are gonna have smaller classes, which means you guys have more chance of getting more attention in those classes. When you go to a big university, especially a big state university, your classes are going to be a lot bigger. You're probably going to be in an auditorium, and for some people they don't really care about that, but for other people I know it tends to really bother them. So one thing that's great about community college is that your classes are going to be smaller and you have a lot more chance of getting an interaction with your professor if that's important to you. Those are the pros of going to community college. Obviously there are some cons, I've kind of talked about them throughout this entire video. At the end of the day, you are going to miss out on about 2 years of the whole college university experience. 2 years of your life does seem like a long time right now, because you're 18, because you just graduated from high school and you want to start everything right now, and I get it. But at the end of the day, 2 years of your life is not that long, and if you really want to get the experience of going to a university, if you want to go meet people, if you want to get out of the house, you can do that. I've seen tons of people do that in Austin. I've seen tons of students who live in West Campus who go to Austin Community College, and they have the full college experience. They go to UT parties, they hang out with UT students. It's literally like sometimes you can't even tell that they go to community college. So if you want the college experience, you can still have it. At the end of the day, if you go to a university for even 2 years, you're gonna have plenty of fun. Like, do not get me wrong. That being said, at the end of the day, my biggest piece of advice is do not get yourself in thousands of dollars of student loan debt just for the sake of having a university experience. I'm telling y'all, and I feel like I keep saying in this video, but I'm gonna keep saying it again, it's not as worth it as you think. It's not that serious. You're gonna have a good experience regardless. Hey buddy. I would definitely also say right now, with everything going on with COVID and all that stuff, most colleges are going to have their classes online anyways. Spending thousands of dollars in tuition on a 4-year university just to take your classes online is probably not going to be worth it, especially if you're going to be starting school in the fall. It might just be better to start out at a community college and then transfer into a university. If you look more long-term than short-term, you're going to be better off. So if you really want to save money, and if you really want to increase your chances of getting into your dream school and your dream major, then you should definitely consider community college. I think it's so worth it, and I wish I would have done it. So that being said, if you guys have any questions, make sure to leave them in the comments down below. I'll try to answer them as soon as I can. Make sure to subscribe if you guys haven't already. I have new videos coming out every Sunday, and I try to answer as many of y'all's questions as I can in my videos. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.